I had mentioned to Mr. Harpke a minute or so ago that he should break out the Christmas songs. We were waiting quite a while, Arnie. As we've done in the past, would you please grasp the hand of your neighbor? All right. Please. There is a destiny that makes us brothers. None goes his own way. Thank you, Lord, for letting us all share these wonderful experiences as our girls strove for the top. And thank you for bringing us safely together to reminisce these wonderful memories. Amen. Some time ago, I had the opportunity, and of course we all remember Vince Lombardi, but I remember a quotation I read one time. He said, "I never lost a game, but on occasion I've run out of time." Yes, we ran out of time down in Madison yesterday morning, or yesterday afternoon at the field house. But let me remind you a few facts, a few things. When it started back about 3 weeks ago, there are 172 Class C schools that started out on the tournament trail. Algoma, our final opponent, was a Class B finalist last year at Madison. They were a runner-up. They returned 5 seniors. Remember that we have been in Madison 7 times in the last 10 years. And we'll be there again. Parents, fans, students, and the community of Fall Creek, let me share something with you. The word is pride. The word is being proud. These kids up here and the fans and the students and everyone that has been with us during the season, before and during Madison and right now, you couldn't be any prouder. If you wouldn't break your arm, I'd commend you or tell you to pat yourself on the back. It's just been outstanding. Athletics bring out this pride. Now, the best example of athletics, it's a lifetime example. It's the fact that when we lose, we get knocked down on our you-know-what, but we have to get up again. The real champs get up again. And this is an example of our kids, our girls. It was a short time after, when they were defeated by 1 point at Madison for the gold, they showed us what kind of athletes they were. They showed us a lot of composure, a lot of poise. When they received their silver award for runner-up, they showed us what they were made of. And we should all be proud of them, you as parents and us as fans, etc., in the community of Fall Creek. There's not a doubt in my mind that these young people up here, these young ladies, seated before you, will be successful in life. And I will contribute a lot of that to the fact that they have participated in athletics. They will be successful in life, every one of them. Now we'll have the cheerleaders, please. I forewarned our next speaker about an hour, no, about 3.5 hours ago that she would be up here in front of you, and in that short time she's written out a half-an-hour speech. So, Kimberly, where are you? Kim Cooner.
First of all, I want to thank all of you for believing in us and for supporting us and for following us all the way down to Madison. Going down to Madison 2 years in a row is fantastic. And I want to say thank you to the team for being such talented athletes and for being such good friends. Thanks, Coach Skrukrud, for always having faith in us and for your outstanding leadership. I don't think there was a team that was ever as well prepared as we were. Thanks to Gwen and Mrs. Winrich for giving us that extra smile, that pat on the back when we needed it, for being there to build up our confidence. And most of all, I need to say thank you to my parents, who have always been behind me in the team all the way. Thanks for being there when I needed you and for supporting us and always being so fired up. It meant a lot. The seniors this year are the first to say that between the boys and the girls, we have gone to state 4 years in a row. I know we won't be the only senior class to say that.
I told her not to do that. I'd like to call on now Chuck Kramer, the president of the Booster Club. Chuck?
Jim Wilhelm asked me this morning where my green sweater was. And quite frankly, after 2 real nail biters down there in Madison, I'm all greened out. We're going to have to put it in the budget for next year to pick up another green sweater. First, I'd like to thank the team, Coach Skrukrud. My congratulations. The thrills you give us, not only in Madison, but the entire year, were just tremendous. It's very indicative, I think, of the caliber of ball that's played here in western Wisconsin. It's just tremendous. Next, I'd like to thank the pep band. The comment was made to me down in the field house that every year, probably the smallest school in the state comes down there, and that pep band fills that entire arena with sound. It's just tremendous. It gets everybody fired up. So thank you, pep band. And last but not least, I'd like to thank all the fans. I don't care what anybody says. If we never win a sportsmanship trophy in Madison, the fans in Falkirk are still number one. Thank you.
That wasn't bad, Mr. Kramer. I just talked to him about 5-2 and told him. Good job, Chuck. Mr. Kling, Superintendent of Schools.
Again, we welcome back these fine young ladies after a very, very excellent year of basketball. I try to relay back something that happened each year, and this year a memory that people interviewing him were out there, and they were talking and going through the things, and I looked over behind a stairwell that goes up to the second floor up there, and there was Sandy Eilers. Sandy, I can use your name, I'm sure. And Sandy played ball, as we all know, last year. And I looked at her, and all of a sudden, Sandy kind of got a tear in her eye, and she cried. Then she went underneath the stairs, and she got her composure back. Then she'd peek around the corner, and she'd look at Mr. Skookrud, and then she'd cry a little more, and then she went back behind the stairs. Then a Becky McCann came by, and that was it. Okay? What I'm pointing out is they were members of last year's team. And there's competition. You're thinking about last year's. Yes, we got the goal. This team, this team's working on it, didn't quite reach it. There was never that kind of feeling like we did it, you didn't. Those girls supported this team maybe more so than they supported their own team. And I think that's the kind of thing that Fall Creek has going, and that's why when they say we'll be back in Madison, we will be back in Madison again. Thank you.
The next gentleman I would like to have come up here has been a real supporter of the girls' athletic program, and in particular this year as we progressed in the tournament, he seemed to be always popping up with a new saying or a new poster or a new something. Is Dick here? Dick Kunert? Come on, Dick. Come on, Dick.
He really caught me by surprise today because he never mentioned anything at all about me being up here today. And many of you have never seen this. Me at a loss for words. It's every year just gets better and better. I'd like just to relate a little story that my daughter told me about the feeling that you get down in Madison. She said the first day when they went down into their locker room, the guard that's posted at the door of the locker room had evidently been in there, and on the chalkboard it was written, "Welcome home, Crickets." That's what Madison is all about to us. I'd like to thank this team, the coaches, the band. You made so many memories again. I hope I have enough memory to store everything that's given and be able to relive it 10 years from now. But I have a feeling we're going to be making some more memories in the coming years here. I would like to kind of sneak out of this now. My wife has a poem. She hasn't had the opportunity to get to a microphone. So would you bring her down here and let me off the hook gently?
Just happened to have it in my pocket. Before I read it, I'd just like to say that this is totally awesome. I never had a chance to play competitive sports in anything. Volleyball, baseball, basketball, tiddlywinks. So I don't really know what these girls have gone through. I haven't had a chance to experience it, only through my daughter's eyes and through her emotion. And all I can say is they're wonderful. I don't think I could ever do what they've done. I don't know. I dedicate this poem, especially to my daughter, because this is her last year, and to all the rest of these fantastic girls. They're just wonderful. I've had so much fun. Most of the time I'm not a speech maker, I'm a noise maker. And yesterday I had people throw ice cubes at me, trying to cool me off a little. Okay, here goes. Cricket. We're from a town quite small, but boy, can our girls play ball. With Rocky as their theme, onto the floor they come as a team. They're filled with poise despite the noise. All dressed in green and white, they fight with all of their might. They're really a fantastic sight. With Deneen and Andy dribbling the ball, they're so handy. Jan, Shell, and Kim, from without and within, throw that ball right through the rim. When games get a little sticky, we can count on Cheryl and Nikki. And with all the rest, they've been put to the test, and we know they are the best. Arnie's just great. Going to state seems to be his fate. He's taught them the skills through lots of practice and drills to give us all so many thrills. To the Crickets, we don't have to be told. In our hearts, they deserve nothing but the gold. I love them. Thank you.
Dick, if you noted on my notes here, Jan was next. I was going to get the entire Cooner family involved, so thanks, Dick, for introducing your wife. Lovely, lovely, loved it. The next gentleman, if I said what I felt, I would probably embarrass him because he's that type of person. He doesn't like allocates for himself. He's one that wants for those around him. He wants those to be honored, those to be recognized, those to enjoy the thrill of winning, of being part of, and of enjoying the whole program. I did tell him yesterday that, and I meant this with all sincerity, I wished I had a daughter that could play for him. Arnie?
This speech seems a little disorganized because I have a terrible time writing at 80 miles an hour coming up here. a lot of emotion at this time. As I was thinking about what to say as I came up here, I guess the two main emotions that I have are, number one, disappointment, number two, happiness. And I'll get the disappointment out of the way first and get on to the good stuff. Disappointed that we didn't come home with the gold. Disappointed maybe that I didn't make the right move at the right time, at the crucial time of the game. Disappointed that we had a couple of girls who were singled out by the press as being the ones responsible for losing the ball game. I wish they would have been honest and said, Andy put her on her back and carried us in the third and fourth quarter, and so did Cheryl. I don't think there's any coach in Wisconsin who wouldn't like to have those two young ladies back again next year. When you're involved in competitive athletics and you're a doer, those sort of things happen. And not going to worry about it. We got to the point where we wanted to be, and it just didn't come true. I'm very happy. The situation was that we had to have a Class B team with 5 seniors and 2 Division I ball players to beat us. As we think about Algoma, let's give them some credit. They're a good ball club. I think they would have competed well in either Class B or Class C. And I think they deserve a hand. I think they beat a good ball club. As we look to next year, I would guess, with the talent we have coming back and the way these kids play basketball, with Jan in the middle, Shelley coming back off a tremendous performance against Owen Whippy, Nikki, Cheryl, Michelle, an undefeated junior varsity team, a freshman squad that improved so much this year, and a good 8th grade class coming in to be with them. I think it's a very good possibility that this group of kids will be rated number 1 in Class C as we start next year. And I think that's, they deserve that. And the only thing that'll probably keep them from being rated as number 1 next year is if Duran drops down into Class C. You guys are looking forward to a schedule next year. By the way, we have Duran on the schedule next year on December 4th in Crickettville. Keeping on with the happiness, you have to look ahead, and you also have to look at what you have. It's been a tremendous opportunity for me as a coach here in Fall Creek to work with the people that are behind me. Last year's group of kids were overachievers. I always said that and came through and did a beautiful job. This group of kids, tremendous talent, tremendous leadership. I can't say enough about Kim and Deneen. Kim has been one of those girls that is a worker from beginning of practice to the end. Never says aye, yes, or no, just goes and does her job. I'm so pleased for her. I'm so pleased that we're able to have her on our squad for 2 years that was rather successful. I'm also very, very pleased to have Deneen with us. She knows she missed a lot of this last year. I hope she enjoyed the experience. We love her. And I would be remiss if I forgot our coaching staff. It's a group of individuals that complement me very well. They're supportive to the girls, and very good basketball people. Gwen's been by my side for a long time. I appreciate her immensely. Now this year we brought Sam in here. It just complimented the staff tremendously, and I hope we can go on from here forever. It's been one tremendous relationship. I thank you. And lastly, I'd like to thank the fans. I've said all along, it's a classy group of people. It has to be able to support the boys and the girls as beautifully as you do. It's something that communities around the state envy. And most of the interviews I conducted yesterday centered around not only the team, but the fans. He said how they're so supportive, so positive, and it must be a tremendous coaching in Fall Creek. And the only thing I said, yes, it is tremendous coaching in Fall Creek. Thank you.
For a guy driving 80 miles an hour down the road, that wasn't bad. That was pretty good. Incidentally, Mrs. Melville will be selling tickets for the Durand-Fall Creek game right after this match. You better get it early. No, as being a kind of the, I've often called myself the fence rider, you know, getting drawn one way or the other, or drawn pretty good sometimes, but anyway, a lot of things come through me, and a lot of people I get involved in, I would like to thank. I'd like to thank from all of us, and don't be remiss if I miss you. I don't mean to miss you. I've written down and, you know, trying to think of names coming back and sitting down here for a minute, and please bear with me. First of all, Mrs. Melville, she is my, my right arm. She's my secretary, and she's the pre-ticket seller for you, and seller down there, and she sets this thing up back here for us. Vaughn, we love you much. Where are you, Vaughn? Vaughn, where are you? Oh, there you are. And of course, I don't know what to call her. She's always happy. She's always smiling. Without her, she just keeps us going all the time. Our bus driver, our girls' basketball team bus driver, Mary Seidling. I had told Mary before that she was going to speak, but she bought me off. Oh, very good. The number of schools that have recognized us, Durand, Gilman, and Owen Whippy. The Booster Club, who provided the reception room down at the Holiday, which they do every year, and also will be taking the basketball team out for dinner soon. Joe and Jim Wilhelm, they're always here. They're always doing things for us. They're really supporters of not only the girls' basketball program, but all of our athletic programs. And again, they are going to take our girls out for dinner. Thank you, Jim and Joe. was mentioned by Mr. Coonert, I believe it was Mr. Coonert. No, it's Chuck. Sorry, Chuck. Mr. Harkey, you know, I can't say enough about that crew you bring down there. I know a lot of people down there, and a lot of my colleagues and et cetera come up to me and just cannot believe what that bunch of beautiful people do for us down there. And we really appreciate it, Greg. Thanks a million. Mrs. Markwell brought our pom-pom girls down there. They were shaking, I'll tell you. They were nervous, but I'll tell you, kids, the pom-pom girls, and a credit to Mrs. Markwell, they were super this year. And of course, old Marlene and her 11 bouncing baby boys and girls. I'll tell you, those cheerleaders are great. And Mara, we really appreciate what you do. The kids really love you, and you really perform for us. And kids, you're great down there. You're the best looking cheerleaders and stuntmen that I've ever seen. And one more, she's always there. She's always there. If you got a question or need some help, at least I'm speaking for Mr. Skurkrud, he asked his wife, and she has an answer for him. And that's thanks for supporting the team and the kids and your husband. Super job. I'm sure there's many I've forgotten. The chaperones that ride that bumpy ride down there, and everyone else. I apologize and don't feel remiss if I've forgotten you, but thanks a million to all of you. The fire department, thanks a million for coming up with us. I appreciate it. Just continue doing this. Make sure the truck is polished for next year, okay? Now the cheerleaders will lead us now in the school song. We'll dismiss the kids, and then we'll please stop by and have coffee and milk and cake with us. We have a lot of cake out there. Before we dismiss the team, I want you to know that I do have a green sweater, but it's so sweaty and stiff, and it's standing up in a corner, and I couldn't get it on. Out and forming a avenue for us, Molly. Any seniors, come on down, seniors. Good. Face each other. 2 rows facing each other. 2 rows facing each other. Okay? Spread it out. 2 rows. Spread it down that way. There you go. There you go. All right. I proudly present to you the girls' basketball team for 1986. Kimberly Cooner, senior Kimberly Cooner. Senior Janine Harris. Junior Shelley Green. Junior Andy Skukru. Sophomore Jan Zimmerman. Junior Laura Kaiser. Sophomore Tanya Gustafson. Junior Michelle Seidling. Junior Sandy Steinke. Junior Michelle Goss. Sophomore Chris Seidling. Sophomore Nikki Crandall. Sophomore Renette Relagic. Sophomore Melissa Key. Sophomore Cheryl Koda. Sophomore Julie Wilbur. Managers, sophomore Judy Smith. Manager, sophomore Wendy Brown. Assistant coaches, Mrs. Winrick and Miss Postra. And head coach, Mr. Skuklu. Thank you very, very much for joining us today. Please stop by for a cup of coffee and cake and milk.
This evening, as the cricket girls, they entered the gym to a very warm round of applause for another great effort down in Madison. Head coach Ernie Struker talked to two emotions today, one being disappointment, the other being one of happiness. EV18 congratulates both high schools.
A tribute to some of the teams. It's always a busy time in basketball season winding down, but it's also a very exciting one. So here now is a tribute to the basketball teams trying to make their dreams come true.
The 1-2
To a basketball player, there is nothing quite like the state tournament in Madison.
We showed our heart today, and we just came out, gave 110%. Just proud to be here. I think we're due for a championship. And it's just great feeling.
But I know we can do it.
Getting down here is exciting for the team.
They call it the second season, a time to start fresh. When tourney time rolls around, even undefeated teams start out 0-0. There is little time to prepare for opponents that are usually a first-time matchup. Teams that can maintain the momentum that got them to Madison usually have the edge. But sometimes the element of surprise can be an even bigger weapon. Lacrosse Central loaded a full round of ammunition, then fired away at Milwaukee Tech.
Inbound pass.
The Red Raiders threw a big surprise party in Tech's honor. Even head coach Ken Barrett was caught off guard by the overtime upset.
I hate to single anybody out because it was such a good team win. I'm happy. That's the big thing.
For the Menominee Indians and John Ellenson, their upset hopes were just that, hopes. They ran to an undefeated buzzsaw, Wauwatosa East. But John Ellenson showed all of Wisconsin that he was a rising star heading to Marquette.
Yeah, it is exciting going on to play Division I basketball. I'm looking forward to it down in Marquette.
Sheboygan North won the boys' Class A title, led by future Wisconsin Badger Kurt Portman. It's a shame Ellenson and Portman didn't get a chance to battle one another, but they will in college. The Class B semifinal had a double dose of local flavor. Undefeated Flambeau tried to keep their streak alive against the Whitehall team that made their first trip to state in 58 years. The game was a seesaw affair from start to finish. Flambeau's Steve Albertson poured in 28 points, but to the Falcons, it was 2 points too little.
And they go to Albertson. He's going to take it. Short. The rebound. We're out of time. Over. Whitehall.
Northmen were moving on to the Class C title game. Head coach Ken Stelflug knew the long wait to get back to state was worth it.
Regardless of the outcome tomorrow, we come home with some utensils as far as I'm concerned. We got a globe coming back with us, and I'm so proud of the kids. It's just tremendous.
But Whitehall had to settle for silver. The Oostburg Flying Dutchmen beat the Norsemen in the championship. But remember, it's been 58 years, so Whitehall had no reason to hang their head.
It's hard to lose any time, but before the game, I told them no matter who loses today, they are not losers.
The winners and new champions were the girls. 2 teams took state titles, and another came close. Fall Creek isn't used to coming close to titles. They just usually flat out win. It looked like no one would stop the girls' try for a second straight Class C title. Owen Whippy couldn't. The Crickets snuck by in the semifinals, marking the 4th time the Lady Blackhawks dropped a game to the Crickets in the same season. The close call may have been a premonition, though. In the championship, Algoma controlled the tempo. Back came the Crickets with a fourth-quarter third. Then, clinging to a 1-point lead, the title, the season, the comeback vanished.
Oh, what a steal by Van Egren. What anticipation, and Algoma has the lead.
The Crickets never recovered. The dream of gold ball bookends in Fall Creek faded away. They were undefeated until the final game of the year. That makes it just that much tougher to accept when you come so close. In Durand, the motto all season long was, get back to state and go a step beyond. The Panthers made an early exit at state last season, so they had a score to settle this time down. In the Class B title game, Waterford was the opponent, the team that ousted them a year ago. In one game, Durand could finish the year undefeated, win their first basketball championship, and get revenge. But it would have to happen in overtime.
At the end of our practice once in a while, we put the score at 50-50, give each team a timeout and put them in bonus, and play a 3-minute overtime game to practice last-minute situations. And we start the overtime. That's what we told the girls today. It was, hey, it's just like in practice. Let's go out and play this 3-minute overtime.
Head coach John Pollock's practice made perfect, and Kim Fredrickson's heroics made the dream come true.
I was glad I went ahead. I just saw Chris standing in the middle of the court. I didn't see anybody down by me. She saw me. We thought the ref was going to call traveling, so yeah, he didn't. So we just kept on going.
You got to
You can bet Kim Frederickson won't ever forget her sudden victory shot. The unbeatable Panthers even beat the buzzer. The other girls champion was crowned at the Mecca in Milwaukee. The Regis Ramblers made their first trip to the private school state tournament a memorable one. They knocked off the defending Class B with the champs, Shoreland Lutheran. Pressure never rattled this team. They did what they had to do to win. It was more than just teamwork. Call it a family atmosphere. A couple of persons working together. Senior forward Nikki Persons on the court, and head coach and father Lauren on the sideline. That combo was tough to beat.
She's talked about this for years, just years and years, and the dreams come true for all of us.
And I remember it as something that our team did together, something we've been hoping for so long, and we did it together.
We're so bad, you know we're good. Don't understand like we knew we would. We're the ladies for you to meet, and it's no wonder why we're so sick. Come and watch us, come and see. But we're the best in St. Clair. We didn't come here to be humble. We just came to do the Ramblers.
So it wasn't just another basketball season, it was all right.
I know I've been hurt before, and I know I really shouldn't live anymore. But this time things seem just a little different. And when I look in your eyes, you know I can see that it's true. And I hear you say, all right, think we're gonna make it. Think it might just work out this time. All right, think we're gonna make it. Think it might work out fine this time. All right, think we're gonna make it. Think it might just work out 'cause it's not too late for us, too late for us.
Presentation was made in cricket land. The Crickets have won 3 state high school basketball championships in the past 2 years, and now they have a sportsmanship award to their credit. Matt Audi of the WIAA, along with representatives from Rural Mutual Insurance, were in cricket land today. They're the sponsors of the award. Steve Law of Rural presented Fall Creek Athletic Director Jerry Burseth with an American flag, which happened to be flown over our nation's capital on March 15th, the day the girls' tournament finished up. And then Law presented the sportsmanship award to the cricket cheerleaders, outstanding for Fall Creek today. And the